Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes Reacts. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I am Office Bloke Daz.
Collectively we are the Office Blokes.
Yeah, yes we are.
And none of us have ever been thrown out of a bar.
I'm not sure about that one.
This week.
Yeah, since the pub's shut.
Yeah.
We are the Office Blokes and we've got a Patreon.
We have indeed. Go to patreon.com, put in Office Blokes React. If you fancy supporting the channel, like loads of people have done already, which has been much appreciated. Go and check it out. We've got tiers starting at just £1.50, so see what you think.
We've got a lot of Patreon requests to catch up on, but obviously I've been off for a bit, so we shall
plough through them, won't we?
Yeah, we will get through them. We've got a couple of other channels as well.
Yeah, we have.
What are they?
I wonder what they are.
Office Blokes Try, where we try stuff, and we got Office Blokes Podcast, where we do a podcast every Friday, 6 p.m. British Standard Time. And also out on a Tuesday now is the new edition of Mike and myself doing English Premier League football, the Monday Moan.
Yep.
That's it. Too much.
Yep, good stuff. So we did Ron White the other day.
Yeah, it's funny.
He's good.
What was it? Tiger Woods. Yeah, and I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I didn't get him. He doesn't look like he sounds, and his humour isn't how he looks, and it just all works.
Yeah.
But when like for me, I wasn't aware of him. He caught me off guard a little bit.
Same here, yeah. It's the first time I'd seen anything from him, but it was good.
He looks like a late night TV show presenter.
Jay Leno.
Just that generic look, not one specifically, but that's why it threw me off, that he's actually quite rude and offensive. I thought he was going to be a lot more clean and, TV style, a bit cheesy.
You have people like that, when you look at comedians and you think he's clean. And one of the bluest comedians I ever seen was Bob Monkhouse.
Oh, really?
And he was probably one of the cleanest TV show hosts he was on TV. I watched him. I've been seeing live, and he was the most bluest comedian. He was raw. And I was like, what?
He was actually really good, Bob.
He was funny.
He was a funny guy.
He was my favourite comedian when he was alive.
Yeah, brilliant.
I've heard a few comedians say the ones you've got to watch out for are the ones that are clean on stage, because in real life there's something wrong with them. And I'm not going to say any names, but there was quite a famous one that was doing naughty things.
All right.
Anyway,
tell us off air.
Yeah, official Ron White. I got thrown out of a bar. I searched for tater salad because we had so many requests for it. Yeah. And this was the first one that came up. So hopefully this is it. But yeah, got high hopes for this.
Come on.
Yeah, I'll just make sure we're recording. Yep. Right, let's go. Ron White. I got thrown out of a bar.
I got thrown out of a bar in New York City.
That voice is just spot on, isn't it? I could talk like that. I got thrown out of a bar.
Now, when I say I got thrown out of a bar, I don't mean somebody asked me to leave. We walked to the door together, and I said, bye, everybody, I gotta go. 6 bouncers hurled me out of a nightclub like I was a Frisbee. Those big old bouncers that go home every night, watch Roadhouse, and beat off. You know what I'm talking about? Patrick Swayze's hitting another guy. For wearing a hat. I walk into a bar with a hat on. This guy real pissy. He goes, took off the hat. I'm like, what's the deal? He goes, I'll tell you what the deal is. Faggots in this area wear hats. We're trying to keep them out of a club.
Whoa, there.
I'm like, oh, really? The only way we could tell down south is if they have their hair cut like yours. And he got all pissed. But he walked away, and I took the hat off, and like an hour later, I'd been drinking, and I forgot. You ever forget? It happened to me. I put the hat back on. The guy comes over to me. Now, I'm between 6'1" and 6'6", depending on which convenience store I'm leaving. I weigh 235 pounds. This guy comes over to me, poking me in the shoulder with 2 fingers, says, you're out of here. I'm like, I don't think so, Scooter. And I was wrong. They hurled my ass. And then they squared off with me in the parking lot, and I backed down from the fight because I don't know how many of them it would have taken to whip my ass. But I knew how many they were going to use. It's a handy little piece of information to have right there. Overkill. Well, they called the police because we broke a chair on the way out the door and I refused to pay for it. The cops showed up, and at that point, I had the right to remain silent, but I didn't have the ability. The cop says, Mr. White, you are being charged with drunk in public. I was like, hi. I was drunk in a bar. They threw me into public. I don't want to be drunk in public. I want to be drunk in a goddamn bar, which is perfectly legal. Arrest them.
Got a fair point.
Well, he didn't arrest them. Instead, they call in for my arrest record. There's some good news. Satellites are linking up in outer space. Computer banks at NASA are kicking on. There's a telegraph in Fritch, Texas going beep 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 beep. This part takes a while. Shorthand. Beep. Now, I told you that story to tell you this story. When I was 17 years old, I was arrested for being drunk in public. Seemed to be a pattern. If you knew Morse code, you would already know that. And one DWI, which was a bogus charge because it turns out they were stopping every vehicle traveling down that particular sidewalk. And that's profiling, I believe. And the drunken public charge in Fritch, the arresting officer, who I had literally known all my life. You know what I mean? This guy lived 4 doors down from me in a town of less than 400 people. We've met. He takes me to jail. When we get there, he asks me if I have any aliases, and I was just being a smart ass and said, yeah, they call me Tater Salad. 17 years later in New York City, I'm handcuffed on a bench with blood coming out of my nose. This cop goes, are you Ron Tater Salad? Right?
Awesome.
You caught me. You caught the tater. You can take down those roadblocks now. I call my son Tater Tot. And Poot.
Nice. Doesn't he look like
funny
Matt Damon?
Yeah, he does a bit.
Yeah. Matt Damon's
I see
gone
what you
wrong.
mean, yeah.
That was great.
Matt Damon with a nut allergy.
I'm not on the ball today. I'm not on the ball. It was right there. It was right there.
Good
Yeah, I'm surprised I've never heard of the guy because he's obviously pretty big.
I think I've seen him before.
Right.
But can't put my finger on where. He just very familiar, but I can't think. Someone's going to say he was on such a show or he was doing that when, and I'm like, that's it. I just can't put my finger on it.
It's obviously had quite a
funny.
decent career, hasn't he? Because that looked like a while ago.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Go on.
No, go on.
No,
I was going to say, it looks quite a bit younger than he did on the first one there, doesn't he? So,
yeah,
but he's good. It's funny.
Less weather beaten. That first story when he started telling it, that's a conglomeration of about 4 of my stories. I was like, yep, done that. The hat thing, especially the amount of bars I've been into, no hats, take it off. And you forget, like an hour later you go for a piss, you've put your hat on, you get RC bouncers, and you're not doing it to cause trouble, you just forget. Got a hat in your hand all night. Because I've always worn a hat. Yeah, it's a pretty normal thing for me, but I found that in America as well. Every bar, in Vegas, you try and walk in, no hats.
What's the reason behind that?
I don't know.
Gay people, by the
sound. It was there, wasn't it? Yeah, it was there, wasn't it?
I'm going to try that one next time. I'm going to say, is that some sort of slur on my sexual preferences? Yeah. How dare you? I'll wear a hat.
It's similar. If you walk in a pub over here with trainers on, sneakers.
Oh, some, yeah.
Some pull the face still to this day.
Yeah, some don't
mad. They don't. When I go to the football match, sometimes they say you can't wear trainers in the such a suite, and I'm like, It's a football match.
Yeah.
You're mad.
The main one, I think, is no work boots. That's everywhere, isn't it, really?
Still
in
a
pubs?
thing, yeah.
You can see that to a certain extent,
you
can't
don't
you?
suppose shit all the way
you've got
through,
mud and crap all over your feet,
I get
suppose.
that. I'm not against it.
If I go in a pub at like 3 PM, which sometimes when they're open I do, occasionally on some days.
Yeah.
You see all the workmen coming at 2, 3 o'clock. They all turn up and they're all, work boots, paint all over the place, smelling of shit.
That's it, but then they can get it on furniture and everything, can't they? So, I don't know.
Most of them don't sit down, they all just stand at the bar.
Yeah. That's the main thing, isn't it?
I miss going to the pub.
It's my biggest thing I'm missing at the moment, big time. It's getting to me.
We'll be there soon.
Bothering me.
We'll be there soon.
They reckon by May. That's what they're talking about.
I went through the village where I live on Sunday, and they were serving like coffees out of one of the bars I go in. And just got my head over. I'm just looking like a kid, like
remember what it's like.
I'm reminiscing in my head. I used to sit there.
Those are the days.
Well, they have said possibly outdoor, like beer gardens and stuff, are going to be open at the end of next month.
End of March.
So we're hoping for like a warm spring.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
It's fucking too long, man.
But again, that's going to be
too
like,
far away.
if the weather's good, you've got to find the right pub that's got a good beer garden. It's probably going to be table service. It's going to,
Yeah, you and a million other people
busy.
try to get in a 15-seat beer garden.
We'll be busy, won't we, everywhere, I think
and then,
so.
then the fourth wave comes because everyone's going to the pub.
Have you ever been thrown out of a pub? Literally thrown out?
Yeah.
Twice it's happened to me. Once one guy had me in one hand and my mate in another, and he carried us upstairs. He was like a big Icelandic guy, and he launched us both out the door.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? I didn't even do anything. Wasn't even me.
I had it at Gillies Rock World in Manchester, where the bouncers were quite well known for roughing people up outside and stuff. And had an argument with the person I was with at the time, and they used to have arcade machines like lining up sort of the foyer and stuff in the corridor. And I just walked past one and just, without even thinking, just went bang and just punched the screen.
Did you win? It's like paying out.
It smashed. It was an arcade machine. It wasn't a gambling machine, so it's like a more like a TV screen. Smashed, and I went, oh no! And as soon as I did it, I knew it was just one of those stupid things. And I tried to mingle in the crowd because there was 4 rooms in Rockworld, and I went into one of the other rooms, the closest one, halfway across the dance floor before I got strangled and dragged backwards. I ended up in an office, and I couldn't even deny it because my hand was absolutely pouring blood everywhere. In the end, though, I just went, listen, it was a dickhead move. It's not me. I'm not the guy who does that.
Yeah.
And I was like, how much does it cost to replace the screen? Let me go and pay for it. And then that's that.
Yeah.
And they still, I got marched to the cash machine by a bouncer. And luckily, I didn't have much money in my bank account, so I put it in.
Did you take luncheon vouchers?
I gave him what I had. This is why I say luckily. I gave him what I had, and then he went, put your card back in the machine. And I was like, what? Put your card back in the machine now. Made me put my card back in. He was going to rinse my account, whatever was in there. He was just going to take a lot. So luckily, there was nothing else in there. Got back. He had to march me back, and then they gave me my phone and my driving licence back because they took all that. And that was it. It was like, right, you're barred for life. I got back in about 6 months later.
Yeah, they'll forget, won't they?
Yeah, but the only
Just
way...
dyed his hair.
I used to have a skinhead back then as well, which didn't help the cause. But yeah, it's a stupid thing, and it was the only way to not get the cops involved. I was just like, right, I'll pay for it, whatever. It was a dickhead move.
Call it a day.
There was no denying it. And you've got to be, just like the police and everyone else, you've got to be nice to bouncers. Because people in authority like that, you've got to...
Bouncers have always got to be your friend.
Yeah, you might as well be. Otherwise they'll stab you, won't they?
Yeah.
They will. So
I think it happens less and less nowadays, but it still happens where bouncers do rough people up. Yeah. And deservedly so in some cases.
Nowadays, it's deservedly. Nowadays, they've all got qualified, haven't they? And carry passes with them and identification and all that kind of stuff, and go through all courses and training.
They're a lot more vetted these days, aren't they? And you miles more. I mean,
you don't just get a big angry guy on the door anymore.
You used to be like just Big Jeff from down the road, didn't everyone knew you from the local estate or something, and no one messed with him. But I think they are a bit more vetted and trained now, aren't they?
They are, but I've seen some in recent years that are taking as much cocaine as they're taking steroids.
Just,
a
bit pumped up.
If you say to him, you're going to lose your licence, you're going to get hurt.
You're going to lose your life.
Yeah, precisely.
Anyway, enough jibber jabber. Hope you guys like that too. Don't forget, like and subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers.